Let's give the people what they came for.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
A lot of these I forgot to show off over the spring and summer. Some of these I would pop in the player and start playing, and I would just like forget all about them. And normally I set these on a shelf, and I'm like, okay, these are the latest ones I picked up. When I get a good amount, show them all, do a video. Well, my own stupid trying to latch on the swearing, didn't do it. I just put them, and I was like, wait a minute. I don't have these marked on my list. And then I realized, I was like, oh, crap, I forgot to show these off. And a few of these I actually got from a guy named Keith. So I'm going to go ahead and show these off for the first time. And they come from pawn shops, thrift shops. Keith, who sold online to me. And let's go from here. A couple of these, I think 2 of these came from GameStop. 2 or 3 of these. But anyhow, the first one came from a pawn shop. It's a PlayStation 4. It is Exoliot, narrated by Sean Bean. I've never played Exoliot. It looks like a survival horror game, and I picked it up at the pawn shop, and I was like, because I liked the cover of a skull, and I think it's like Colost in a PFF horror experience set in a mysterious open world based on the motives of a true story known as the Dice Low Pass incident. And I actually discussed the Pass incident. I can't pronounce that name in a review I done on my Facebook. I discussed that last year. It's amazing that I got this game back in the spring and summer, and I never did really do a video of never did show it off. I'm kind of surprised at myself on that. Another one I picked up, and I actually played this, and I actually love this game, and I played this back in the spring. It is Deadpool. Yes, Deadpool, the Merc with a Mouth. I got this game before the prices start hitting on it. Right now, the PlayStation 4 version of this game is getting pretty hot due to Deadpool and Wolverine. It's got Cable and it's got Wolverine in it. And it's got Deadpool with the X-Men. And if anybody doesn't remember, Marvel had put out the original one on PlayStation 3. And they actually had put more money. This game studio, Activision, put more money behind the game than Fox did for the first Deadpool film. That's amazing when you think about it. They put a $100 million budget behind the game. Fox put a $50+ million budget behind the movie. Usually it's the other way around, But the game did okay. It didn't do super sales, and I think that's why, there was like a slowness to do one. God almighty, if they announced a Deadpool game now, that thing would sell out like that. That thing would pop. And I'm pretty sure Marvel and Sony's probably going to work together and get a Deadpool game out again. Because it's money, man. It's money, and that's what it's about. Well, Activision no longer has the license for the games, and this is why they pulled it off the marketplace. That's why the game is so hot. But like I said, I think a Deadpool game will eventually come again because it's about the money. It's about this. Anyhow, you saw me at that flea market back in August, where I shot that vlog with my cousin Nick. We went to see Deadpool and Wolverine. So as you saw, I saw a game there that a lady was selling, and it surprised me because I was like, okay, I'm gonna get this. It's Sonic Frontiers for the Nintendo Switch. I've got this on the PlayStation 5, and I may trade this. I might see what kind of trade bait I can get out of it. I might just keep it because I don't have much Switch games, and adding to the Switch collection is kind of cool. Moving on, I have another Nintendo Switch game, and I actually got this one from Keith. I buy games from online. Keith will contact me and say, hey, I got this game. He'll give me a list of games he gets. He does that first. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to get that one off of you. I'm going to get that one. I'm going to get that one. Get that one. Sometimes I don't. I'm like, I don't need it. So, but there's like 2 or 3 games in here that I got from him. I got Stray last time in the last haul from him. So, on this one I picked up, this is a Nintendo Switch, I picked up Ultimate Marvel 3 from him. This was, he sold this one really cheap. $2, baby, for a Switch game. I was like, okay, that adds more to my Switch collection. Another one he did me real good on, and this one has 30 hit games, and I had to meet up with him, and this was just a couple bucks. It is the Rare Replay for the Xbox One, and this has got Banjo-Kazooie and a bunch of other games on here for the Xbox One. I went ahead and picked it up for that. That's another one I got from Keith. Like I said, this has been an interesting few months of games I've been picking up from him, from the spring and summer. Now, this one I got from the pawn shop. This one is the one from the pawn shop. This one was Crysis 3. And I'm looking for original Xbox 360 games. I'm looking for games for the Xbox 360. And Crysis 3 had a very good back, you know. I got this one out of the pawn shop. And this one actually had a warning thing inside it. But, yeah. This is the Hunter edition of Crysis 3. So that's kind of cool. Now we're going to go to some PlayStation 3. And I got 2 good games. Now, over the summer, Cheap Thrills got a lot of games in. A guy came in. No, actually, a woman come in. Sorry. A lady come in. And her husband, her former husband, you know, he passed away. He had a bunch of games. So she sold into the store all these games, man. Nintendo Switch games, Sega, PlayStation 3, 4. Now, I'm pretty sure he's a collector like I was. I'm pretty sure he'd understand me buying these games. Hopefully he doesn't haunt me, you know, for buying these games. But I thought, he was a collector of games, and I'm a collector. So. And plus, he had such good games. I mean, there was some good RPGs and stuff in that. And there was still some there. And I'm like, oh, man, I wish I had more money. But he had some good ones. I mean, he had some great taste. And if the guy can hear me, you had some great taste. Anyhow, one of them I picked up was Rogue Warrior. And I've always heard this was a good game. I am the wrathful god of combat. That's actually on the back of it. I am the wrathful god of combat. Rogue Warrior is one I was interested in because the character looks like the Punisher. This character looks like the Punisher. He does. I mean, he's even got the same freaking... He doesn't have the skull emblem, but if Eddie saw this, Eddie would say that character looks like the freaking Punisher. With the black hair and the face. And with how his face looks like almost like a dark skull. He does look like the Punisher. And that goes into the PlayStation 3 collection, because I've been collecting for that system for the longest time. So another one I picked up, and this was... I started this game on... when I tried out the PlayStation... God, I can't think of the name of it. It is the PlayStation... the streaming service they have that you can play games. PlayStation Next, I believe it's called, or something. You can play it... I can't think of the name of it. Well... I played this game on it, and it's for PlayStation 3, and it's Fairy Fencer F. And I saw this there, and I snatched it quick. I said, I need Fairy Fencer F. That's an RPG. I started it, and it's a very cool game, and I now own this game, so I can actually play this game at my leisure, and I don't have to sign up for the PlayStation thing. I don't have to play, or PlayStation Now, I believe it's called, PlayStation Now. There's the back. There's the cool cover inside. And you can tell the cover got a little bit wet. Somebody left something on it, but hey, I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain because I got Fairy Fencer F, baby. That's the one I've been looking for, that one. And when I saw it there, I was like, mine. Now, I actually got this next one from GameStop. And me and Nikki was together, and you saw us in the vlog in GameStop. And I actually went by, and I picked this one up. I debated on it, but I was like, I could play this on the Xbox One. And I went ahead and got it, because I'm a big fan of this. And I wish Nikki was a fan of it. because he likes RPGs, and he probably would dig this game. It is South Park: The Stick of Truth. The Stick of Truth, baby. I own this game for a couple systems, and having this game, it's very cool. South Park is very damn cool as a game system. So I got this for the Xbox One. I'll probably fire the Xbox One up. I'll put it in the Xbox One and play it. I just can't, I can't resist playing it. Oh, sorry, my legs get cramped. Leg cramp. When I'm sitting like this. Now we're going to get to the final 3, and they're PlayStation 5 games. And like I said, these were bought over the spring and summer. And this one came from a GameStop. This is another GameStop. I got this one online. And they had marked this one down for cheap. And I saw somebody advertise this game. A YouTuber discussed this game. I was like, I better go ahead and get this. And it's a survival horror game, it looks like. It is Absolute End of Gods. I think it's how you pronounce it. Absolute End of Gods. I went ahead and picked it up. I was like, I'm going to go ahead and get it. It's cheap. I like cheap games. If I can find them cheap, I'll pick them up every day, And I like weird games. I know Eddie said, man, you like some weird stuff. Yeah, it's just me. If I can find a good, cheap game, and it's weird, yeah, that's me. Now, we're going to get to the final 2, and this one actually was picked up at the pawn shop. You saw me in the solo mission, number 26, where I walked out of the pawn shop at the end, and I picked up Deathloop out of the pawn shop. I actually could have bought this. I actually kind of kicked myself because I actually could have got this at the Bluefield one at the GameStop, and I would have got it for $5, and I spent a couple extra dollars on it. But hey, I'm not going to kick. Deathloop, still a good deal. GameStop for the longest time was selling this for the 10. And finally, Keith asked me, why didn't I show this game off at Stray? Because, and I was like, oh crap. And I was like, I needed to show this one off. Because he sold this one to me first before Stray. And I got it back in the spring. And this game is terrible. I only bought it because I'm a Walking Dead fan. But this game is absolute dog shit. I'm just going to be honest with you. This game is so bad. I played it. I went to 4 chapters. And I'm like, man, I'm half reluctant to play the 5th chapter. The only thing you can do is just change the characters' deaths and who dies and who lives. And even then, it's made so cheap, it's bad. It is Walking Dead Destinies. And when Keith had this for sale, and I looked at it, and first he pitched me a price on it. I said, no, I'm not paying. I think it was $25. I said, nope, not paying that for it. Nope. And I think I talked him down to 15. I said, I'll do 15 on it because there's no way I'm paying for this thing at full. I didn't even want to pay 15 for it. I kind of regretted after I pitched that. I was like, well, would you do 15? And I don't back up on my offer. And so he waited a couple days and he hollered back at me and said, hey, I'll take the 15 for it. Because I guess he realized this game sucks and nobody wanted it. And yeah. I don't know why they can't make a good Walking Dead game. I don't know what it is. It's got the basic premise. You got the RPG deal there. You could have Andrew Lincoln do the voice of Rick. You could have a good RPG. You could have somebody working in Rick's group. You could tell the story from it. You have a basics of some good games you could do, and then you turn out absolute dog crap like this. It just amazes me. But yeah, that's it. That's my pickups. The ones I forgot about. And like I said, in this December, I'll have my annual Christmas haul. Because I'm not going to pick up any more games. I'm not going to show any more games off. From here on out, it's going to be saved up for December. For the Christmas haul. So, I want to thank you for watching, supporting, and liking the channel. And, kind of tempted. Do I go play an awful game like Walking Dead Destinies? I think I'll put Aslovia and play it instead.